Welcome to the night before the charter. It's currently 10 to 2 in the morning. I'm on night watch for this trip. Night watch meaning I'm the guy that sets up the boat as best as possible while the majority of the guests are asleep. So we have no guests on board right now, but the night watch guy, aka myself, always starts the night before to get into the rhythm. Does the best I can just to kind of set up for when the guests do arrive tomorrow. And I will be on night shift for the entire trip. 11 days, give or take, on this trip. Trip starting tomorrow and ending, actually, I'm not even really sure. I just know it's about 11 days. And my night watch times start at 12 midnight and they run through until 8 o'clock in the morning. I then get a 3-hour break, so 8 until 11. Back on at 11 until 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Try and sleep from 3 p.m. in the afternoon until midnight, and then start again. This is the start of the second night watch of the summer for me. So decided on this one, I'm gonna do the best I can to take you along for the ride.
I went out and tried to cut a pine tree down. Fell through the ground like Alice.
Alrighty, well, we've got the jacuzzi filling over here. This is all uncovered, all the windows are done on all 4 decks. So last little bits to uncover. There's a bit of dew out tonight, so I'm kind of delaying the uncovering. Otherwise the cushions get all wet. Looking really good for setup. It's now 4:30 a.m. so I feel like I'm a little bit ahead of the game here tonight, which is great. It's going to be doing the last bits and pieces and wait for sunrise, and then I will hopefully get my 3 hours break somewhere around 8 o'clock. Well, good evening everybody. It is not the same day as the last couple of clips that you have just seen. A few days have passed, probably 4 or 5 days. We've got all the guests on board, the most incredible bunch of people, just so, I don't know, just so open to chatting to all the crew and asking us questions about our family and where we're from, and just the most down-to-earth people you will ever meet. So it's an honor to have people like that, and we usually as crew like beg for them to come back. I'm just doing the same old, very similar to what you just saw in the clips prior to this, which is setup. And the reason why it's so repetitive is on night watch is all just about setting up the boat for the next day, and that can only be so different. You know, you got the flats, which are all the paintwork bits. I got to make sure that that's all done and all the footprints are gone and everything is pretty much as clean as it can be. The stainless, making sure that all the marks from where people are touching and putting their hands in everywhere, as that leaves marks. And then because we're moving every single day, you get salt spray and salt marks all over the windows, which is probably the most time consuming thing, is to get all these windows done and sorted for the morning. So a pretty repetitive job and not always the funnest, but thankfully this night watch allows me to have daytime. I've worked on boats which is like you're only on from nights and then you miss pretty much all the sunlight, so I still get the majority of the day as well until 3 o'clock. Pretty grateful for that. We've got these fish food golf balls, so they are completely biodegradable in a couple of hours. Golf balls, and we've got the clubs and everything that we set up on the bow on that section of the boat up forward. So we set that up for the guests today with our rangefinder, so it kind of allows you to see how far you're hitting the ball at the same time. And our first officer Nick had a crack at it, and it's a good thing we had the rangefinder because he got such distance.
That's 15. Last one.
Next, that was terrible.
Wait. I'm really mate.
I haven't had one decent shot with this fucking thing.
So that was this afternoon. I'm glad we got a little bit of footage showing that, but we have been to some of the most beautiful places here in Croatia. It's certainly one of my favorite parts of the Med. Got a couple of drone clips of where we anchored the other day. I'll roll that now as well. So 3 a.m. in the morning now, time to do the hourly log. So pretty much every single hour, we just have to make sure that we check out the wind, make sure that that's not increasing drastically, and where the swing of the boat is, because of where we anchor is normally next to islands or other boats. Yeah, let me just show you. Barometric pressure. So this one over here, the radar, we just check on the cable, so we make sure that this perhaps isn't overlapping and touching the land, meaning that we're dragging. And then over here on this one, so we've got an orange square, and where our like sort of anchor chain is currently moving, so we need to just keep an eye on that. And that ring that goes around that the captain said, I need to wake him up in the event that that our anchor drags outside that ring. Keep the boat secure. Call if any boats inside of the cable. So if any boats anchor within that section, I need to then wake the captain as well, and call if orange track is outside the ring. So then that way we know pretty much that the boat is dragging, and then I need to wake the captain. So the time, the barometric pressure, the visibility, the wind speed and direction, and then our GPS coordinates and comments.
Day of the life of Jared Yachtney. Does he really do any work? I don't know. You tell me.
That's the chain wash that's just gone on, so I know Josh is ready. So here's a little rhyme for you. Rub your balls with grease, which is rub red your yellow balls blue with white grease green. And that's the way that we tell how much chain is down based on the color that's painted on the chain. So copy that, hauling up now. We've got 4 shackles on the water line up and down. So yeah, each shackle is 27 increments. So that's how we know how much is down. So you can tell now the chain is straight up and down. It's 1 shackle and it's only 20 meters deep, which means it's now off the bottom. So off the bottom, it won't be long before the anchor is now home. Okay Nick, that's the anchor just free of the waterline, free to maneuver. Now I'm waiting for Josh to turn the anchor wash off so I know he's out of the bin, and then I can bring the anchor all the way home. There we go. Nice loud bang coming. Ta-da. Good evening. So on average, it takes about a little over 2 hours, but let's say 2 hours to do the 3 decks above me, and then we usually do the sun deck later on, but let's say just the bridge deck aft, the upper deck, and this main deck here takes me about 2 hours. Today is day 12, the last and final day of the night watch. Tomorrow or today, later today, is guest drop off. But if we do the quick math, 2 hours at 12 days, give or take, I have done 24 straight hours of windows after doing this last squeegee. A day well spent. As much as possible, we're going to be getting all of the toys out and making sure that their last day it just ends on a really big high note. So waiting for the sun to come up a little bit more, and then I will show you guys what that sort of entails when it comes to getting all the toys ready, which are the jet skis and the blow-ups and the trampolines and the tender and the sea bobs. So like literally as much as they want to do, tomorrow is the last day for them. And usually charter contracts start at 12 o'clock midday and they end at 12 o'clock midday. So that means, as far as I know, tomorrow 12 o'clock is drop-off time, and we've got until then to make sure that they will never forget this trip as a last and final little hoorah. So let the sun come up, let me finish up my setup, and then I will show you what it takes to do the setup downstairs, which is at the swim platform.
Don't turn on the lights. I don't wanna fight with you.
I'm gonna end this vlog off. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a massive pleasure taking you around the last few days. It's pretty scary to me that this video is probably going to send me over the 100,000 subscriber mark, and I can't thank you enough for that. There will be 100,000 videos as soon as I get the chance to make it. I'm really proud of where I've gotten to with this channel, and I'm really proud of the people that have decided to follow me. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Please smash that subscribe button if you'd like to stay up to date on a day-to-day basis. The Instagram accounts are linked in the description below. I would suggest you follow it if you'd like to see more than just sort of once a week videos. Guys, thank you so much, and really I owe everything to you guys, because I don't know if I'd be on this boat right now if it wasn't for you guys, and I'm pretty much here because of you. I feel like half the reason I came back to Yacht Arience, or to yachting at all, is so that I could keep filming. So thank you very much, and we will see you guys on the next one. Oh, my crew's full of shit.